Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Endia Washington. I am the Communications Director for ExxonMobil. I would like to thank everyone for following the Texas guidelines and relating to COVID. This is a COVID-19 meeting that will explain what we will do as a company to ensure that we can return to the workforce safely. COVID-19 is a virus among various other viruses that can cause a disease. COVID affects the respiratory system and there is no known cure. The symptoms of COVID can include cough, fever or chills, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, muscle or body aches, sore throat, loss of taste or smell, diarrhea, headache, new fatigue, nausea or vomiting, congestion or runny nose. COVID can be severe and in some cases it has caused death. So if you or anyone that you know have been in contact with anyone with COVID or feel that you have symptoms, it is important that you get tested or notify your manager. The effects of the virus can damage the lungs, the heart, and the brain, which can increase long-term health problems. The Texas COVID-19 standing is currently in a red zone state. It's highly important that we follow the protocol to ensure that everyone is safe. Statewide, the Texas COVID-19 cases have increased by thousands, raising 40 new deaths recorded, bringing Texas to 15,763 deaths related to COVID-19. Today, we will discuss how to maintain your safety outside of the workplace, the Texas requirements for the company reopening, and what our company will do to ensure that all employees are safe. The Texas guidelines and regulations that are essential to reopen is that we ensure we have a safety protocol. In order to keep the establishment open, there are some checklists that are required for employees to fill out, basing questions on your current health status. There must be frequent temperature checks and hand washing. Employees must be staggered to maintain social distancing. We must disinfect surfaces frequently to avoid bacteria buildup, and there must be a limit on occupancy. What we will do as a company is conduct regular temperature checks for each employee. Each employee must maintain under 100-degree temperature in order to work the scheduled shift. There will be timed hand washing every 30 minutes to ensure employees are maintaining excess bacteria buildup, and each employee must wash their hands for a minimum of 20 seconds. So the hand washing routine to properly wash your hands is you must rinse your hands from your hand to your arm in warm water. Next, you must apply a generous amount of soap and begin to scrub for 20 seconds. Try to generate as much soap as you can because it lowers the chance of bacteria remaining on your hands. Rinse your hands thoroughly and take the paper towel to dry. Avoid touching any other surfaces as far as the sink or the door. Use your paper towel and dispose of it then because that can also cause excess bacteria. Also, between every 30-minute sector, employees will regularly disinfect high-touch surfaces. Employees will be provided sanitation equipment to ensure that the surface is correctly disinfected and safe. Each chemical used in the company will be labeled based on its preferred use. The chemical will label its use, how much to use, and will instruct employees on how to use it. Lastly, employees will maintain social distancing. Employees will be staggered each shift. Employees will be seated 6 feet apart. There will be a limited amount of partners allowed to work per shift. To ensure that no one is in close contact with each other, there will be something called a block schedule. What is block schedule? Well, the block schedule is where the schedule sections the day into increments based upon your availability. Each partner will be placed in a shift. This will limit contact between employees and section them into groups, which will later help in emergency situations. There will be no coverage of shifts unless it is approved. For the emergency protocol, if an employee does come in contact with someone with COVID or experience symptoms, it is important that each employee that has been in contact or has experienced the symptoms engage in self-quarantine. Each partner will be placed on leave for 14 days in which you must get tested. In order to return to work, documentation must prove that you have gotten tested and received a negative test result. This is where the block scheduling is beneficial because it groups employees based on availability. Each shift that employees will work will essentially be with the same people. There will be minimum contact between other shifts until there is a shift change in which each surface will be thoroughly cleaned for the next shift. If an employee returns with a positive test, it is important that all employees that have been in contact with the employee be given approximately 14 days to get tested. There will be a temporary shutdown until all partners are safe and clear. If you have any questions regarding COVID or if you know anyone with symptoms or you are experiencing symptoms, you can either call 800-232-4636 or visit the COVID-19 website, CDC COVID-19, for any questions. Thank you guys for coming to this meeting. I hope that you all continue to stay safe and maintain social distancing. You guys have a wonderful day. Again, my name is Endia Washington, the Communications Director of ExxonMobil. Have a good one.